Welcome everyone. Another fantastic night of Rime the Frostmaiden in store for us this evening. Here's hoping that everyone's microphones and audios are working. Hopefully. Looks like they're all good. I'm seeing little bars flash around on the kit here. Only very basic announcements before we kick off tonight. Don't forget, check out our fantastic sponsor, Behold Games. Get yourself 10% off any of their gear or some of their gear using the code Raging Rolls at checkout. Also, link should be in the chat right now. Do check that out. Awesome stuff. Local games shop. Support them. Support the Raging Rolls. Other than that, don't forget, you can find all our previous shows and shenanigans up on YouTube and Twitch for a time, and also our podcast, which is basically the carbon copy of what you're seeing and listening to here, without the visuals, of course. But that's it. That's us. You can find us on socials. Do check out our Discord as well. You're chatting there. We're chatting there. You can chat with us anytime. With that, I don't think there's any other announcements to get through this evening, team. That's it. All right. We'll go ahead and roll our intro and jump into it.
Woo.
Back. So, to recap our previous session, I'm going to throw it to Dan.
Oh, yes, that's me. I definitely remember what happened 2 weeks ago because I wrote it down. Session 12. Okay, so Impa and Beatrice stayed at the at Leaf Ironside's house. Found out speaker is possibly Zentarum. Need to talk to the others. So Impa went to the haunted house, got paralyzed because she touched the red powder. Don't touch the red powder, people. Then I was no longer paralyzed for some reason. Then we went back to Leaf's, plot to kill speaker, more rest because we hadn't had enough. Leaf gave the party a short sword that glows in the dark and a potion of elixir of health. Then Leaf mentioned to go speak to Russell to help us plan the coup. Then Impa sent a letter to the Harper connection for hopefully some backup. We made a deal with Russell that we would take out the speaker and install. I think it was Russell that we're going to install as the new speaker. Tobin talked to a dwarf who'd been eyeing him up. We thought it was a sex thing. It wasn't a sex thing. They were looking for a murderer named Sefik Kaltrov. If we can capture them, it's 100 gold pieces to catch/confirm he's murderer. I'm pretty sure that was per person as well.
I'll have to consult the dwarf on that one.
Yeah, and then as we were exiting, we saw guards walking up the street or towards us or something.
That is correct. So as we dive back in, it's just approaching about 11 in the morning. The outside air you've just opened this door into is still very dark and dim, as is always the case up in Icewind Dale. Having just spoken to Russell, the barkeep at Trip and Shuffle, about him becoming or helping out, stepping into potentially empty shoes of the speaker, should the current one meet his end, he agrees. And you ready yourselves to head out and prepare to take on or find the town speaker. As you open the door, you see 4 guards walk down the road just away from you. They are scouring the close-by alleys and hard-to-see places, clearly looking for something or someone. But before we get into that, we'll pivot back to the house of Leaf Ironheart. As Beatrice has now recovered, sitting up, and Leaf comes out. Oh, Beatrice, you're awake. Are you feeling all right now?
I don't know. I think a bit cranky.
Oh?
Not particular. Not at you necessarily. You, I'm like uncertain and untrusting of. No, I don't particularly like what's happened here in this town, and being so close to death and being arrested and all of that kind of stuff just, doesn't really rub one the right way.
Well, I can completely get on board with that. No one likes to see the militia running around getting too involved in things they shouldn't be.
Yes. I guess because I wasn't here last time and not really super across all of the information and what you told us already, what's your deal? What's your motivation? Why are you sticking your neck out and risking yourself?
I've been living here in Targos my whole life, and just since this never-ending winter has set in, I've just seen it turn from bad to worse. And it's not the town I once knew and loved. And with this Maxildanar sitting on top of his so-called throne, just looking at our one little village here, trying to impose his way, his things, his ideals, it's not the town I want it to be. I miss what I grew up with. I miss what Targos was and what could be again. I just want to see that restored.
Well, then why pick Russell, one who's complacent with perpetuating the New World Order?
Complacent?
Why?
Complicit.
Complicit.
Complicit?
Yes, one who would be more than willing to pay the bribes to Maxil so that he is not made a target.
What bribes?
You do not know?
A target of what? What are you talking about?
In order to not be selected for their lottery system, they would pay Maxildanar a portion, allotment of money, so that they wouldn't be selected and that they would be safe. And he was fine because business is good. Business was always going to be good for him, and he wasn't worried because his number was never going to come up. And this is the man that you want to select to be your new town speaker.
I had no idea that this... How do you know? You've been here such a short time. How do you know all this?
He has loose lips.
He was telling you all this? I had no idea.
I'm very uncharismatically persuasive.
Well, perhaps he might put things right and maybe get us out of this situation where we have to sacrifice people at all. He's well liked in this region, in this town. It's the only place people can really go and find any kind of comfort. And you're saying he's...
Naive idealism is going to do more harm than good for this town. You need someone with your heart leading this, not his corrupt soul.
I could never step into those shoes. I'm no leader.
Not with that attitude.
I don't want the spotlight on me. This is not something which I can step in and lead.
You know what all it takes for evil to succeed in this world? It's when good men stand by and do nothing.
Roll a persuasion check.
God damn you. Come on, +1.
And with your 5, he says, I just don't think I could do it. I'm not strong. I'm not smart. I'm just make my way about town, and I have my whole life. I have no idea of politics. I have no idea of strategy or leadership. At least with Russell, he's got
ambition.
Oh, well, I don't think ambition. He's got a presence. He has that charisma. People flock to him.
I think you're making poor choices.
Is it better
You
than
might not have presence or charisma or natural leadership, but those are all skills that can be learned. What cannot be learned is a purity of soul and compassion and a willingness to do good for others.
This is true.
He is only interested in saving himself. So if that's the kind of town that you want to continue to live in, then by all means, I don't live here. Do what you will with it.
It's not the town that I want. This is not the town that I recognize anymore. But what can I do? We have this horrendous person currently crippling our town and turning it from bad to worse. What could be worse than that? Is putting Russell potentially in his place going to turn out worse than this?
I didn't say it was going to turn out worse. I just think you're signing yourself up for a different brand of the same stick. You are going to have more of the same. You need to replace this Maxildanar. That is true. And how you do that is you achieve allies, or which you seem to have done with our party. You know, obviously they've seen something in you that is worthy of our trust. Others will see that too, but they will also see weakness. You need your purpose, and you need to hold it close to you. And if you don't, then others will come in and they will take advantage of you, and they will crush you into the snow. And they will crush this town alongside with it. And it will never be the place that you remembered. It will never be the landscape of your childhood. It will never be a good place for others to be.
Roll me another persuasion check.
With advantage from my stellar roleplay?
Absolutely. I'll give it to you.
Oh, that's okay. That's a 16.
That's better.
It's not going to get much better with a +1.
Well, look, like I said, I have no mind for the politics of running a town like this, but I do know the kind of town that I know and want. I can speak to a few friends I have, but is it too late to stop your friends?
Oh, it's never too late. How far away are my friends?
Your friends are at the Trip and Shuffle, which is just around 2 or 3 corners, so they're about 300
Cool.
meters away.
What? Is it?
Too far away.
Is it? What do I need?
Can't speak still.
No, I don't need Speaker Dead. Make it bigger. I
No,
can't see what I'm doing.
Not yet.
Oh, there we go. Where's my... Do I have... Oh, there.
What do you want?
120 feet. Are they within 120 feet?
Unfortunately not. They are about 500 feet away.
Okay. Okay. Well, leg it. I will pull them off. You figure out who's going to be better placed. Choose strength and choose kindness. And then I leave.
Okay.
Sashay out the door.
Okay, one sec.
Aha! I knew Russell was the choice.
Okay. You head out the door, and as you're making your way through the streets towards the Trip and Shuffle, are you just strutting down? How are you getting there? You're strutting down the street and going stealthily.
Well, obviously we're still targets of the pseudo law in this place. So, like, I'm going to be doing my best to leg it as quickly as I can without, like, running into obvious kind of patrols that are going about the place.
All right, give me a stealth check then.
I need my attributes. Stealthy. Jared, I will cut you. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, that's great. That's a natural one.
Oh, fuck. Guess we're doing the coup, guys. Just see Beatrice being led past. Like, oh, shit.
Okay. Good to know. You find your
Everything
way.
is fun.
You're getting... You may got lost for a second or two there, but you find your way to the Trip and Shuffle. And just as you are about to enter, the door bursts open as the rest of the party are about to exit.
Oh, Beatrice,
Oh. Hello.
you're up.
Yes. No
Did you
coup.
have a good sleep?
I think we obviously not a conversation to have on the street, but I don't think replacing Russell with Maxwell with Russell is going to be a good choice.
Oh. Okay. Where should we go? Should we go back to the haunted house? I know Tolbin had an idea with some of that powder. Should we go back there and talk?
What powder?
Oh, here I have something for you. Don't touch it.
How am I supposed to take it if I'm not supposed to touch it, you idiot?
Oh, I'll keep it then. Do we have to go back to the creepy house?
I mean, we can talk back in here, but if we're going to talk about Russell when he's right there, it might get a bit awkward.
I don't mind talking about face. But yes,
Okay.
probably not.
But keep keeping an eye on the guards that you pointed out at the end of the last session. Are they walking? They're walking away from us.
They're
aren't
walking
they?
away, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Back inside.
Okay. You head back inside at the Trip and Shuffle, find a table in a corner. As I drag you all in.
Did you have breakfast, Beatrice? You look a bit hungry.
No, this is just my thinking face.
It's because you haven't eaten. Russell, can we get some breakfast, please?
Oh, aye, indeed. And does anything will do? I'll bring something over. It's whatever I recommend. Yes.
Bacon, eggs,
Ah,
toast.
indeed. Whatever I can find. Yes. Carrots, perhaps.
No carrots. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. No worries. And he heads off and starts making some food. Comes back maybe 20 minutes later with a couple of plates of fairly basic looking bread and eggs.
Delightful.
You were saying before you don't think Russell's the go? I say after Russell has left.
No. Leaf had no idea when he'd made his recommendation as replacement that Russell was complicit in taking bribes to avoid their lottery system. It seemed that that was information that Russell had withheld from Leaf, and so Leaf's goodwill towards him, I think, is rather unearned, undue.
Right. Okay, so then Leaf, or I mean, we literally know like 2 people in this town.
Yes, I'm aware of that. Leaf does not wish to be the speaker, but does not wish for someone unworthy to sit in that chair.
Well, I had a thought. Was it not that, yes, Russell would be the face man of a greater autocratic body that would be made
It's
up
a
of.
big word for you.
Yes,
Well
I
done.
heard it on.
We've been working on words since this morning.
But it would be Russell and a number of other establishment owners that would be making decisions in the town, not just Russell. But obviously there's risk there, but it is lesser evil, perhaps. That is where we were going with it. I'm sure there is something better, we just don't know them.
And anything's better for these people than the Zentarum.
Yes, I think if you're signing up people to, if you're signing up people who are willing to engage in corruption, power by its very virtue corrupts mortal souls. You will get nothing better. Arguably, with more of them together, with more conspiring, you will end up with worse outcomes. Again, I don't live here. It's not my place to make these decisions, but I'm going to make my opinions vocal.
Well, I guess it would be better for someone else to be in charge than if it was the criminal organization. I forget the name.
Zentarum.
Zentarum.
Do you say that out of genuine care for the people, or just through your own fear of being targeted by them?
Well, I imagine if they have taken root in these 10 towns, they could be in other towns, we don't know. But if they are here, which they are, if we get rid of them, surely that whoever replaces them is better.
Yes, but you're thinking about short-term gain with no long-term solution.
Well, I don't
or
know.
even not even a mid-term solution.
Well, I don't even know how long I'll be in this town. Like, it's not going to affect me. It's just I know that there is a
Well, then
bad.
why upset the nature of the power at all? Like, if you're going to destabilize the very fabric of how these people construct their reality, and then walk away from it because you don't live here, it's not a very well-aligned thing to be doing. If you're going to be making such big choices unanimously for all people that live here, especially when you do not, they need to be well considered.
So, should we
We'll put it to a vote. No,
criminal
we can. Why don't we put the? No, we can take out the Zentarum, the speaker, and then we put it to a vote to the people of the town. Who do they want to lead them? That way, they puts the future into their hands and not our hands. We're a group of outsiders who just want to try to make things a little bit better here, and it's up to them. If they choose poorly, it's not on us. We can't help that. And if it gets too much, we can always come back and.
Kind of structure.
Well, at least giving them a chance for a change instead of walking away. We can give them the opportunity and then walk away.
Perhaps then Leaf could be in charge of ensuring a fair and equitable ballot. I mean, if the people are idiots and they choose poorly, that's on them. I agree. You've given them a chance to choose better. Happened. And they live here. It's their problem.
Well, also, I don't think Russell is someone who is spearheading the corruption, or I think he was just trying to get by and maintain his life.
No, he was very much just trying to make money off of other people's suffering.
Well, isn't everyone suffering? Why is he... He just has a tavern.
Yes, but he's made himself immune from any of the repercussions of the suffering. He is not suffering. He is turning a pretty penny, and my conscience does not abide that.
Well, I don't think I would judge him too hard for that. It's just he made look like he could make a difference, or he didn't have the opportunity, and he was just making the best out of his shit sandwich.
The end of the day, we have not lived these people's lives. We can't say that any of us would have done things differently were we in their shoes. We can't really judge them for how they have chosen to adapt and survive. I mean, he hasn't. It's not. I understand where you're coming from, Beatrice. Yes, it's awful that he has taken himself from this lottery system, but the lottery system in the first place is the true evil, not the one who benefits from it. Also, I'm very distracted because Mark's camera is down. It's just panning up and it's distracting me. Jorgen, I did not see you there. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we can do what we can do now and leave it up to the rest of the town to take hold of their future, rather than let it be decided by a bunch of outsiders like the Zentarum, who we know for a fact will exploit and take advantage as long as they can.
Very well, that be as it may. Then if you're going to not judge them, then I think that at least the people that live here should be made privy to that information so that they can make a well-informed choice.
To clear up our involvement and the skin that we have in the game is that Impa and her family live not too far away, so basically getting criminals out of, their sphere is a good idea. If I'm honest, my old friends are somewhat aligned with these people and they're in their pockets, so I mean, if they are all dead and gone, then that kind of serves my purposes as well. To a degree, and but I see it as we have an opportunity to do something where everyone else is too scared to do anything about it.
Yes, I quite literally have zero skin in this game. I just see an injustice and don't particularly care for it.
Well, I think we raise good points with getting essentially a strong, charismatic figure to keep order in the town once there is a vacuum, and then perhaps if there is a vote or some other process to elect a leader, the town can fill their boots.
Just imagine them going to. This is just in my brain. This is not in character. I just imagine them going to the pigsty with a ladle and getting a boot and just shoveling shit into.
If it makes you feel any better, I mean, I've already reached out to my contacts with the Harpers who can keep an eye on things when we leave and go to Lonely World.
Harper? Have you been holding secrets?
Oh, yeah, no, I told all of them. Impa turns purple as she blushes. No, I forgot you weren't there. I told them I was the speakers after. Again, hence why I would really like to take care of this before we move on, because he knows that I'm from Bremen and my children are there. And if he goes seeking vengeance after we leave because he can't find us.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It is all Impa's fault, so
it's not. It's
is that
not all my fault.
Vision check.
What? No, what? What?
As far as I'm concerned, he tried to kill us.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I don't particularly care for the attempted murder on my personage.
I mean,
you don't care.
What's a little revenge? We just let's go take him out, do a coup, hopefully make things better here than they are now. I mean, I'm not seeing many downsides.
I don't think anyone's under any illusions of what this is about. There's a few angles to it, but no one's being dishonest, and it's about unfucking it.
How often, DM, I wouldn't know this, so maybe I'd have to ask Impa. How often do political upheavals like this occur in the 10 towns? Is this because it's generally a fractured kind of population that finds their way to these isolated regions?
Are you asking me or Impa?
Well, I'm asking Impa because the DM's not there. I'd have to get that information from my character wouldn't know.
Yeah, I understand. Impa can make a history check.
Yeah, no. From what I remember, from what you were talking about at the beginning, it's when we first started playing this game, and to see if my roll backs it up, which it does with a 20, dirty 20. I'm dirty and naughty. Ooh, hey, Beatrice. Yes, no, it's a loose coalition of towns where everyone, like the people who they have order, so it's not completely lawless. But each town is sort of governed by their speaker. Not too much upheaval, except with the odd like bandit raids and things like that. There was a couple of centuries ago, some guy named Dritz. I don't know if you know of him. And
Some saucy elf lad, I believe.
yeah, he had like a thing with a panther. I don't know. I think they were fucking. Sorry, any Dritz fans in the audience. No, like usually everyone works really hard together to, for the betterment and of like the towns. And currently, with the Frostmaiden doing her thing, things are pretty shitty. And probably the biggest shakeup was the speaker here dying, and then the Zentara moving in and taking over.
So, is it just by nature of it being shitty because of oral that other people are treating each other shitty?
I mean, you know what hangry is, right? You were like that a little bit earlier before you had your eggs.
Oh no, I'm like that all of the time. Like the eggs are great, but that's just who I am.
Yes, but you're very sweet. You look very sweet when you're sleeping, at least. So, no, I think it's probably people are a little bit more on edge because it's been, was it 3 years? You said DM of this?
Yeah, about that.
Like 3 years of just unrelenting cold. There used to be seasons, like it'd be not so cold and then it'd be very cold. Now it's just very cold all the time and it's pretty shitty.
But also people, like, this is an environment in that, like, out in the wilderness you do what you do to survive. I'm not very good at the what you do in the town, but people in a town in a shitty situation do what they do to survive. Sometimes you have to drink your own piss.
I'm not doing that. Ever. I'd rather die.
No, it's really weird that you do that because you can just like take the ice and boil it over like a kettle, over a fire, and you have water. Especially around here, you don't have to drink.
That would have been a lot better to.
I mean, there is literally a saying, "Don't drink the yellow snow."
Like the taste.
At least it's sterile.
But the metaphor is people in the town have to do shitty things to survive. Sometimes their morals have to become a little bit flexible.
My character's black and white thinking is like knows that we're not going to reach any kind of unanimous consensus on this, so I'm not agreeing with you, but I'll let it go.
Yeah.
So how's this coup going to go down?
All right. Well, I do recall Tolben had a couple of ideas. I don't know where he's been very quiet. I think he's shagged up with that dwarf lady. I believe he was mentioned something about the red powder, the fact that Beatrice might be able to get a pet.
Oh yes,
so
I
could
have
he.
that actually. I've got. Ooh, check my spells. Have I got it prepared? Haha! Yes, I do. It'll take me an hour, but I can do it. It's there as a ritual.
Okay, so then.
How do we collect the red powder?
Well, we have a little bit of already.
Did you guys figure out what it did?
Bad stuff. Don't touch it.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Can I arcana it? Did anyone arcana it? Did anyone give it a good peruse?
I think I may have tried to.
We had a good smell of it, and we all lost our fucking minds. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Got it.
But you can have
But if we can,
one I tried to give you.
Ah, yes. Okay. Can I?
if we can scrape it into some rags, maybe, and like fold it up,
What's that?
and then airdrop it.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
Do I have to
So-
touch it?
You don't have to touch it. You can do it. You can
I
invest.
have identify as a spell, but I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, I mean... you could
Can I like
put some,
hold
like, a
the
little
bottom
bit
of the paper and still have the
Yeah,
spell?
well, look. Yes, I'll let you do that. You can.
Jess's face.
Yes. If we've got to touch it and do this, you'll be dead.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. All right, I will spend a minute casting identify.
So essentially, I believe the plan was we haven't gotten to the part where we lure the speaker out, but we get him somewhere. Like stop him in his tracks, and Tobin can tangle him up, and then you do your fire thing and set him on fire, perhaps. Then you and Tolben get the familiars to fly down and pelt him with the red powder, essentially like glitter bomb the fuck out of him.
What's a glitter?
And then, Impa does not reveal why she knows that. Well, she knows what glitter is. She was young once. Then, I mean, hopefully that by then he's out for the count and we don't have to worry about him too much. Hopefully it's one of those when the head's off the snake, the body dies, so that we don't have much more resistance after that.
Okay. Did you do an identify spell?
Yeah.
Okay. You can pick up that this red powder, you can tell it's super flammable. And it's got some other qualities, more arcane qualities about it that can cause like psychic hallucinations and paralysis through fear. This is something you've only read about called Fire's Blood.
All right.
Just out of interest, do we have a way of gauging how stocky or how much HP the speaker would have? Like, is he a unit? Is he a run-of-the-mill guy that is just surrounded by heavies?
When you saw him back at the Luskan Arms, because given it was like yesterday or something, I'll let you have it. It doesn't look like a big unit. He's more of a political player than a thug.
Yeah, just we want to make sure that we get him in one hit and don't piss him off and go a couple of rounds of toe for toe with someone that is quite powerful. Should be a pair of smoldering shoes left on the ground after we're done.
Yep. Beatrice.
Yes, Beatrice.
I just had a question about the volume of like powder required to affect one creature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very small. So the amount which is in your possession right now will be enough to affect one creature.
Okay.
You're talking about in terms of burn or psychotic stuff?
I guess like both. So like how Jared described it to me earlier was kind of like it's like thermite. Like it burns like thermite. And then like if you touch it even just like a little bit like on your finger, you'll go like fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
And so like that's how it was described to me earlier. But I guess like if you had to put like a volume on it or like an amount, like a pea-sized amount or peppercorn or blueberry,
Yeah. So yes, a pea-sized amount, so a little finger type touch causes the psychosis.
Little sniff. Sniff.
Just a little. About the same amount. Explosion-wise, could you tell? Hard to tell, I think, because when, from what everyone else saw in Sigrid's house, this powder was evidence in lots of places. Right, so there was a lot of it used there, but you've only got a small amount with you.
I guess a question that I also had is like they found it in that house, but it wasn't uncovered the first time that we went there, and we gave it a pretty good search down. So is that just something like that was forgotten, or something
No, it wasn't forgotten. It wasn't found based on DCs before.
Yeah, and also because I'm pretty sure the first time we went there, Zane was like having a fit from the door.
Yeah, we were
So
getting him
we
out.
got kind of distracted.
So I wonder if we go buy a jug or something and basically make a hand grenade. Wander around the house and basically scrape it off the walls into a jug.
And just drop it on
which would shatter when dropped from a height.
You could attach it to a tip of an arrow too.
I mean, it might not be bad to have like at least one backup for this. We also have to figure out how we're going to lure him out, because we need him, not his guards.
I think it is safe to assume his guards will be there too.
Can someone give me a perception check, please?
When he says that, everyone.
Do we all get to do a perception check, DM?
You can all make a perception check. Whoever's kind of paying attention.
Does he have regular meetings with people? Maybe he's going to be somewhere. Maybe we could get him in transit.
I think Jorgen wins with that 16.
Yeah. Jorgen, your tabaxi ears pick up some steps, sort of marching type steps, almost just outside the door. You hear them kind of all come to a bit of a halt. Some murmuring.
It's the fuzz!
What, you have fuzz?
No, he means cheese it.
There's cheese. Oh shit! Russ, where do we go?
Whoa. What's happened?
It's the fuzz. Apparently. What is the fuzz? It's the basement.
Let's go back to that room where.
Yes. Yeah, come this way. Come this way. And it takes you all into that small secret room underneath the stairs.
All right. Impa will begin to prepare her mace to mace someone in the face if they open the door where we are.
Okay. Okay.
Is
The
there
door-
a door
Go ahead.
to the basement here?
Yes, there is.
I can't see anything in the. Is there a map? I can't see the map.
Oh yeah, there should be. Why can't you see it?
Wait, hang on. Oh no, it's very, very dark for some reason. I cannot see any. Everything's just darked out, and I see a bunch of blobs.
What? Hang
Wait,
on, let me
vision.
get you in Targos.
First comes to, I'll disguise myself.
Creatures ahead.
See, if I was better at
you know
charisma,
what?
I'd disguise myself as Maxwell. Go in there and steal his diary. Or his schedule or whatever.
Go in and slit his throat.
So inside that secret room, there is a trapdoor down. Is that something you wanted to go down?
Well, maybe if we get the sense that they are going to come closer.
Okay.
Yeah. And as we go in, I'll just say to Russ, like, remember, we were never here, right? Like, give him the stern glare that only your mother could do.
It says, of course, you were never here.
Inside.
I kind of was thinking that, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just like,
You can make an insight check.
Thank
I
you.
will definitely inside him. With I got an 18.
I got an 8.
Really? How I could have drunk water instead of pizza. Can I have-
with your 18 Impa, you get the sense that Russell, while you get the sense he wants to be fully invested in what you want to do, but he's still got to look after number one.
Told you.
I mean it's Russell. If they catch us, they'll get you too.
What? Are you threatening me now?
Where you wait? No. They will come for you. You're hiding us currently. Just saying. As I head out.
Okay, cool. You guys
You're
go
implicated.
downstairs.
You're in now. It's the implication, Russell.
Okay.
The implication.
As I pat my mace.
The door swings wide. You hear 3 sets of feet? Yes. 3 sets of feet. 6 feet come walking through the door that you can pick up on. And you hear one voice call out. Not call out. You hear one voice off in the distance say, I'm sure she went in here. I saw her. She went in here. Ask Russell. He'll know.
Do we recognize the voice?
Make a history check.
I mean, if it's Leaf, we just have to burn down the entire town. It's the only way to be sure.
Did I have to do something? My internet dropped at a very inconvenient moment.
Make a history or intelligence check. Come on, the barbarian.
Both are flat zeros with a solid 3.
Can't tell, unfortunately. Just with the closed doors and the distance between you and them, it's hard to pick up.
That was
on
a saving throw. That was an intelligence check. That was a saving throw. Just saying.
Just saying.
Roll better.
3 is my IQ.
When people came through the door and Jorgen was trying to see if he could recall who they were. Was that just because you heard a perception check earlier for them coming, or was that just general, anyone could kind of try and figure out who it was?
Yeah, I was trying to suggest that. Does anyone recognize the voice?
You can have it do the same.
Very well. History check, it is like +5. I rolling.
Yeah.
I got 7.
No, again with that, it's the distance and the
eggs.
and the walls are just a bit too hard to figure it out.
Jared, go, roll it.
Yeah, well, I'm looking out for Pops or even Heavy Hands if he's still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got 12.
I mean, no, like with Impus 13 and your 12, Gregov, it doesn't sound like a super recognizable voice. It just sounds like a voice which is somewhat familiar, but not like close to home familiar. Something you've heard before in the town.
It's the DM's generic townsperson voice.
Yeah, no,
It's the red shirt voice.
Yeah, exactly. And they come in and they head over to Russell. And you hear a different voice now say, Russell, where are they? Russell says, I'm who? Where are who? You hear another voice call back. Do not play games, Russell. Where are they?
That's Heavy Hands.
Sorry, it's not. I can't do a different voice. I'm trying hard.
Okay. I was certain that was Heavy Hands.
I'm trying. I started hearing myself doing that voice. I'm like, no, dial it back a bit. And Russell says, "Who are you looking for? If I come in here, I will let you know. But it's been very quiet this morning." And he sort of points out at the 2 other people in the tavern right now. And so these people in front of Russell then turn around and walk over to one of the people sitting at the table and says, "Where are they? Where did she go? Where are the rest of them?" And then it's silence.
These meatheads are very vague. Them. She.
Once,
Could be anyone.
and then when they realize that this person is just shrugging, saying, "Who are you talking about?" they say, "There is one. You know, you've seen them here, that they've been here before, I'm sure of it. One very, very tall individual. One furred individual. And the friends or others they've been seen around town with. Where are they?" That's when you hear silence. Just for a moment or two before, then those 3 sets of feet start to get louder as they make their way closer and closer.
Down the hatch.
Down the hatch.
Yeah, down the hatch. And I will hang on. I will, as we go down, as everyone's in the hatch, Impa will grab onto the handle on their side and just hang off it.
Okay.
She's very fucking heavy because she's a big lady.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
is
you
there
guys
any way
can't
that we
see
can
that.
jam the handle?
Yeah, is there any way? Yeah.
Is it like a chair? The classic chair under the handle?
Well,
Is
I don't
this a
know.
storage room?
Give me, I don't know. So laying around this area you're in right now, this little stairway, it's very rocky, like it's been just dug out of the ground. So there are loose rocks and debris around. The door does open up and out to where you were. So if you can think of a way to try and wedge that shut.
Is there like a piece? Like, what type of handle is it? Is it like a ring hook that we can like shove like a piece of wood through that where to like the edge of the thing, so that when they try to lift it, it's going to get caught on something? Or
On the inside, no, there's no ring hook. There is a ring hook on the outside to be able to pull it open, but nothing on the inside because it's going to be pushed up anyway.
I mean, we could always just destroy them as they open the door.
Footsteps draw nearer and
I think
nearer.
we've already decided to like start heading down the trapdoor, so maybe
Yeah. Okay.
one going.
Let's keep going through the trapdoor. I mean, we go to the fight pit down here. There's nowhere else to go from what I remember.
Oh,
There's
oh,
not
oh,
a-
oh! Sprinkle some of the red powder on the handle of the trapdoor before we go.
Oh! Yes! Barbarian with the smarts.
Because I've already identified that it is a bad time. So very delicately, I'll sort of like give it a light dusting.
Like where they have to absolutely touch.
Okay, cool.
And then down, and then we're down. We're going.
And then you're down. You close
Wisdom
the
is my
door
dumb stat.
as
Not
quietly.
intelligence.
You close the door as quietly as possible and sort of shuffle down the stairs as quietly as you possibly can. A second later, you hear just this horrendous scream of one of these people that had just been speaking, just screaming in pain and agony and frustration. And you hear these 2 other people going, "What's wrong? What's wrong? Are you all right? What's happened? What's wrong?" And the screaming just carries on and on and on.
We need more of that.
This is a
To
very
find a
good,
way out here. Is there?
I mean, you know, weapons of mass destruction like this, like biological weapons, are usually a war crime, but I'm all for this.
Yeah, I vote we go put it in the speaker's teeth.
That's good. I mean, let's just put it in his face. Like, just, I mean, we get this on a couple of weapons. We could coat our weapons with this and stuff. And
Let's do it like the Russians do it.
Does he receive any like packages or food deliveries or?
we're gonna fucking anthrax it.
Is it a basket or something? Like, you know, a cacciatore or something.
It is amazing to me just how quickly every party resorts to war crimes. So quickly. I mean, yes.
Yeah, I mean that's where the thinking was originally. That we basically just write a letter and have it fall out like a good old anthrax letter,
I mean,
and then
That's
set
what-
fire to it.
You can do that.
But there's no
Just need to
guarantee.
make sure you can kill him.
That is
So-
true.
You now find yourselves in this like VIP secret room underneath the tavern area, and this is the room that you passed through fairly briefly before.
Is there an exit, or is there like stuff around? Is there anything of value?
Make an investigation check.
I had an idea, just amusing while we're talking about sending letters. We could put like a seal on it, like a wax seal on the letter, and then when the wax seal is broken, it has like a rune on it that combusts. Because fire runes are a spell, I believe, somewhere. It might be up to
You mean like a glyph of warding sort of thing?
Yeah, that kind of thing, yeah.
I was thinking we sprinkle it into his bed, and then when he climbs into it and he has a little freak out, we drop a candle onto it.
Yes, but you have to be there to drop the candle, you see.
I mean, we can just find out where he stays, and we can sprinkle a bunch of this around the perimeter, and then
Ooh!
the
I
whole
can
thing
check
goes
my
up.
spell book and see if I've got Mage Hand.
That works even better. Then no touching at all. And why don't we have the mage hand the whole time? Just collect the stuff. The mage hand can do everything.
We can have the mage hand just basically holds a handkerchief full of this stuff well in the rafters above his bed, and just and then
hold, please.
and then knock over a candle.
That's what I was thinking. Arrow, like you could just have a bunch in an arrowhead.
I mean, what's if you have someone in an arrowhead? You shoot it, it explodes, covers him in it, and then Beatrice has the fire spell where she can create fire, and then creates the fire, and then he goes up in flames. It's done. Bingo, bango. We are done.
In looking around this VIP room,
11. Yeah.
you managed to find on the floor 6 pieces of silver and 3 pieces of copper.
Nice.
Well, that's breakfast paid for.
Is there any exits?
There's an exit round to the left, exit which goes down. You remember, actually you didn't come down this way. There is a trail which heads further around, wraps around to your left and heads south.
I think we need to find a way out of here.
Yeah, let's see, because I don't know if we can go back out to the way we came.
I'm going to sneak ahead and look down the way.
Yeah, sure.
Tobin, what do you think?
Yeah, whatever you think is a good idea right now, I think. But does anyone want a carrot? Feeling a bit hungry. Looking down the hallway here, you just see a set of stairways descending down, again sided by rocks and debris.
So you'll sneak down.
I absolutely can do Mage Hand. Just I need to sleep first. Or like prepare my spells. How do I do that? I think I have to sleep.
Once per long rest, you can prepare your spells.
I'm gonna sneak forward.
What's that do?
Okay.
I have an object called catapult. I'm a spell. I can catapult an object.
Oh, nice.
I can catapult it 90 feet.
How big an object?
1 to 5 pounds. That's pretty good.
DM, I have no vision in this scene.
You aren't in this scene. Are you all following? Like, what's the situation?
I'm just like got my spell book out and walking behind things that are going to be useful.
So I'm sort of, I don't know how far ahead I am, but I've got dark vision, so I'm just gonna keep on sneaking through and making sure that there's no like orgy happening in here.
So heading further into this room, it looks very quiet. You're heading to like a T intersection, a fork in the road. Directly across of you looks like fairly freshly used documents, chairs, like tables. This is an area where like rosters and bookings are made and bets are placed for the fights which happen.
I'm going to have a little look around for money.
Okay, make an investigation check.
It is a 12.
Would we be stealing from...
investigation? You're a rogue.
I'm not smart.
I mean,
wisdom.
To be fair, are you going to ask if we're stealing from Russell? I thought we can get away with it. I mean, someone up there sold us out, and how else would they know?
It's more Russell's going to be head honcho in a day or two's time, kind of want him on our good side.
You find a pouch, Greykov, with quite a heavy amount of gold in it.
Also, we don't know what Greykov is up to because we're not with him right now.
It's true.
No, you found 60 gold pieces in a pouch.
Fuck yeah.
Good find. And again, to either side of you, a passage wraps around. On your left, so on the western wall, you see a large sign over that tunnel that just says "Fight." And on the path to your right, so on the west, there is another large sign that just says "Not fight."
That's super specific and
if there's any papers and stuff there, I'll just roll some of them up
Yeah, sure.
and take them. I don't know what they say necessarily.
Okay. There's a couple of bits of paper there. There's just like lists of things right now. Some things are there are crossed out with some numbers and things next to them. Where would you like to go?
Didn't we?
I think I'll wait here for everyone else to catch up or come back and say, "Oh, it's clear."
Did you find anything?
I've found some interesting pouch full of money.
Oh,
Would you like some?
I mean, it might be useful come in a pinch, but wait, is it Russ's money?
Does it have his name on it?
Pick up.
And that's exactly the kind of thing you find.
Does it have a name on it?
It does not have a name on it.
Well then, fuck. Who's to say that it's not yours?
Finder people?
Well, why the fuck would you keep your money on a fucking table in the middle of a fight
Underground
pit?
fight.
Underground. That's stupid.
It's sloppy, isn't it?
That's dumb.
It's almost like they want us to take it.
It's like
There's
Baldur's
no-
Gate. Who keeps their money in wine barrels and crates?
I know, right? Yeah. There's no sounds coming from behind us or potentially approaching guards
From where you came
Is there?
from,
where we came from. Is there still just the screams?
you can hear screams still off in the distance. They're getting quieter and quieter the further into this tunnel system you end up. And I was going to say, can someone give me a perception check? Or all?
Absolutely.
And to our left, we have a sign that says
Can you even read?
fart and no fart on the right.
Oh, your reading's getting better. Not great, but better. I get a 13 because apparently my dice hate me today. And
Yeah,
Greg
it's a
gets
12.
21.
Okay. So Greykov, you pick up that the screaming has just starts to get quieter and quieter, and eventually it stops. Not as though it sounds as though someone has screamed and then just stopped screaming, but it fades into the distance. A moment later, you hear a soft kind of slam back in the direction you all came from.
Two letters, I know, no.
Followed by
Two letters, no.
Oh, yeah, there's something happening behind us.
followed by
I mean, if there's
a
only
number
two
of
them,
number of voices calling out. Fan out. Look around.
Well,
So,
Should we,
behind us on the
oh.
floor, I'm going to... I think it'll probably take them more than a minute to get to us. I'm going to cast Snare on the ground.
Okay.
oh,
Right behind.
And in the meantime, can we hide either side?
yeah.
of-
Let's go not
hiding.
fight. Let's go not fight. I don't particularly want to fight.
Not fight, so we just keep
Not
going. I mean, we go no fights. Let's go no fights. With the
Let's
snare,
go
we go. Okay, no fights. Let's spell go off and
Okay,
all
so
go, keep
probably
going?
just in case, before I cast Snare, I'll cast Disguise Self on myself, and make myself look like... Who do I know well? Like...
Go Russ. Change yourself into Russ and be like, didn't you see the imposter up there? You could do it like that. Maybe that would work. I don't know. I'm not very good at
the whole
thing.
time! Idiots! Yeah, okay. That couldn't possibly go badly. I'll do that, and then I'll cast Snare, and then I should be out of first level spots.
What do you?
Okay.
What's the?
I have Disguise Self.
Jorgen would also shapeshift into a random NPC townsfolk person that we've seen.
Impa will quickly, as we start to hide, will pull out a little scroll, tiny little piece of parchment, read something, and cast Shield of Faith that will last the next 10 minutes on Beatrice, so she gets another 2 to her AC in case things go wrong.
Sweet.
Are there any tables and chairs down here? Can Beatrice and I
Identify them.
one disguised self, one disguised as a random townsfolk person, be having a random conversation?
Yeah, there are tables and chairs down here. It's more like a reception area than like a tavern table and chair, but there is that kind of thing.
Or we could be passed out.
You can be whatever you want.
Right, I'm going to hide.
Okay, are you guys staying in this T intersection space, or are you heading into the no fight?
No fight's the side I'm going down, right?
Correct.
Cool. I'm gonna stay here, keeping line of sight, sort of down the corridor. I'm not gonna leave Beatrice.
I'll be fine.
And I'll get my I'll just knock my load short bow.
Okay.
I'll go the fight corridor and kind of mirror where Greykov is. Just ready for whatever happens, and I'm going to try and hide.
Okay.
I say, Beatrice, can you act like you're drunk and passed out?
What's my deception? I've got +2 deception, possibly.
You are disguised as well.
I am disguised as well. It'll be fine. I'm if I'm not going to be able to cast it in time before they get there, and it should be a fair way, I feel, because it only takes a minute, to cast that spell. If it looks like I'm not going to run away in time, I'll just meander over to the desk to do paperwork or something and pretend I'm doing that.
But you will leave with us.
Yes, I will leave with you if the spell is cast in time before the other dudes get there.
Well, what if we direct them down fight or no fight? It'd basically be like, hey, where do they went that way? And then we go the other direction.
I can try.
And if it all goes south, we get our punch on. But I think the aim here would be to send them down the wrong path.
Okay. All right. I'll rush from fight over to no fight.
I probably
don't know.
To put it in a spot where they can't really avoid it. They
Okay.
have to snap it. So the square that Tolbin's on, I think. That one there. It'd be a good one because we came down that way, yeah?
Uh-huh.
So they kind of have to stand on it to get through the corridor.
Okay.
Can I grab a barrel
After that,
and basically create a bottleneck? So they have to.
Yeah. Do whatever you want.
So there's
The footsteps start to get louder.
Yeah,
Quickly.
Is it cast?
Shit.
Is it cast? Is it cast?
It's there.
It's there? Okay, fuck, I'm leaving. Fuck this. Bye.
I'll run across to where Greykov is then. I'll go.
Let's go.
That side then.
Run.
Right.
Yeah, if that's the case, then you're not staying.
No, it was just to slow them down.
Yeah, bail.
I was just trying to buy you guys some time to escape.
Okay.
All right, we're bailing. We're all bailing. We're on now, no fight. There's definitely going to be a fight because it says no fight. It's going to be a fight down here. We're getting a fight either way.
So you're all heading down towards no fight, as in you're heading into no fight or just around the corner?
Yeah, no, yeah.
All the way.
Let's just go. Let's try to find an exit.
Okay.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Can you move my meanie?
We're too
I'll
slots down.
shift.
Let's do it.
Shift back into kitty form.
Okay. All right. As you just kind of make your way into, and I'll just take you to that next part of that map because it is pretty cool.
And can I have vision
Glowing
in the
with
next part of the
ominous-
map, please, so I can see what it looks like?
Maybe. Get some. You can light a torch. I mean, you can always light torches.
Oh, do you not have dark vision?
Is that why I can't see anything?
Yeah.
Probably.
That's why I can't see anything. Well, that's just silly.
If you right click on your character and in top left hand corner there's a torch. You should
I can't even see where my character is.
Oh my god, you should have some vision here. In fact, I'm going to turn on vision because it should be fine. 1 second.
Because there's lights everywhere. I can see that there's like lit up parts of the darkness.
Yeah, the whole thing should be visible to you all.
It's visible to me.
What is with your characters? Hold on. Token.
I don't know. We're not loaded in. It said I don't have vision.
Vision
I'm kind
range.
of guessing we're this way.
There you go.
I'm
How are you
judging
now?
what I'm. It's still just like it's like a grey black. I'll send you a photo of it.
Yep.
It's just a grey blob
Great blob.
for some reason, and when it loaded, it said my token does not have vision in this thing.
What is going on? Tell you what, let's take a 10-minute break while I get this sorted out. Quick, bio break, drinks break, and we'll sort that out. Okay, we're back in 10 minutes, everyone.
And Jez needs to prep all the monsters that are clearly hiding in no fight.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
of
We
course.
went to the place that said no fight. There's going to be a fight.
You
Where's
lie
that
to us,
car?
Jez.
All right, back in a few minutes, everyone.